The group system is the system behind the scenes that manages all the requests for creation of groups, invitations, and disbands. And so that system is basically the only system responsible for persisting these groups across reboots, restarts. So it's a resilient system that can live for a long period of time and manage a high number of groups.
So we're going to be taking a look at the new group system. It's pretty exciting what this is going to be doing in the future, but for now there's only a certain few features that are going to be in the game for the end user. Number one, what we have is we now have a contacts menu that lets people either add players to their contacts or invite them to party just by clicking on their face. So you're able to add somebody to a party that way. You're also able to add them to your contact list, so they'll appear there now. You'll see now, as soon as I added that person to my party, I now have an AR marker here, which is going to show them on the map where they are, so I can help find them if we get separated while we're off on a different planet.
So the group systems is two things. It's a replacement for our current party system to play with your friends, and long term it's a more generic solution for any ways that players will be grouping up together.
On the development side, we want to reduce the latency and the querying as much as we can, so that when the players interact with something and when they make actions on it, we don't want to always query for across the services and then get the result. This will have the latency. To reduce it much as possible, we're caching the information of the party proactively before you want to have the information.
So it's sort of a tool that other programmers will get to use, other programmers and designers, to facilitate their features. So the prime example right now that players will see in 3.2 is quantum linking. Quantum linking needs the group system or the player parties to know who is playing together, like, oh, you, me, and Joe are gonna quantum jump. So the programmers working on the quantum linking need to ask our code, okay, who's actually together right now? And what are the properties of this group?
This is the part of the system where we enforce party rules, which means you can only be in one party, forcing that every group has a leader, that if the leader leaves the group, the leadership is transferred.
A group can change at any time. So maybe the quantum linking is just about to get started, and then your buddy finally accepts the invite you sent them 5 minutes ago, and now the groups have changed. The people in the group has changed. So we need to have these systems listening for events.
The group system really sits in the middle of all these other services by bringing all these capabilities to other systems in the game backend.
What's more exciting is we're building this foundation for more complicated features in the future.
The first one being the lobby service, which will replace the current chat implementation. Currently, the game only has server chat, which is per instance. And so this lobby service, which is attached to the group system, will be able to provide chat in different settings.
So if I invite some good friend of mine into a party right now, we're playing together, we're chatting up a storm, we're having a great conversation, there's good jokes in there, and we want to remember this later, this will be saved on the website because they're actually directly integrated. And this is something that we're making new UI to facilitate too as well. So instead of just having the visor chat over on the side of the screen with just a little bit of real estate and you're typing up, we're putting chat into mobiGlas as well, so you could manage different tabs and have a larger conversation history there that's visible and with different friends and contacts.
Is if we bring up our mobiGlas app, we can go into the comlink. We have the same options here. You can kick from party, leave party, remove from contacts. But what this also has is now the chat function here. And as you'll see, it shows up the same as it would in your visor. So you can coordinate with your fellow party members wherever you are within the Star Citizen universe, and regardless of if they happen to be looking at their mobiGlas at the time or they're in the just running around first person, they'll still be able to see the same chat messages.
And the future goal is all of this is going to be directly integrated with Spectrum, so you could type on your client, log off, and get on your computer later and talk to those same friends in the same conversation thread.
This will be really interesting, so that players outside of the game and who is currently playing the game will have access to the same chat system and make conversation and invite them into the game.
It's really giving more tools to empower community playing with friends, better ways to play together, better ways to get involved and engaged.